of all, let me start by saying I really appreciate you giving me your time. I absolutely loved your movie, sincerely. I heard how good it was from friends in the UK, and like there was, you know, that buzz, but until you see it for yourself, but it was fucking really good.
Thank you.
For both of you, talk a little bit about what it was like working together. Obviously, first film, but you've written a lot. You've worked with a lot of good filmmakers. What was the collaboration process like?
It was a proper collaboration. It was, you know, like in the true sense of the word. This was all of us, I think, the same process. We talk a lot, we worked through a lot of stuff, we tested it, we tested out the film and tested out the script and made sure it stood up in all the ways we wanted it to stand up. We challenged each other, and really also in a genuinely good-natured, friendly way. It was. I've worked on a bunch of movies, some of them, well anyway, worked on a bunch, and this was incredibly friendly, good-humoured, collaborative scene. It was just the best.
Yeah.
Just you can now deny all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
that was not my experience of it, but that's kind of what the movie's about, you know.
So there's what selling the movie's about.
Yeah, some of the movies.
I had to lie a bit.
Yeah. So we got into it a few times.
Yeah, there were some fights.
There were some fights,
but then we made up.
But then we made up like that.
Yeah. What I love is how easygoing he is, and he's not serious ever. You know, I've noticed that he's always very relaxed and not serious. That's the key that people should realize. You know.
I was being irreverent.
Right. The thing about, listen, I love sci-fi and I love original sci-fi, which is probably one of the reasons why I so enjoyed your movie. From when this idea germinated to what people are seeing on screen, is this what you originally envisioned? How much changed when you started getting actors reading dialogue?
Barely, I mean.
Yeah, it's a complicated. It's sort of exactly as envisioned, but better, because what all the people do is they elevate everything. That's the trick, you know. So that you've got this thing. It's a script. It's a blueprint. That's what it is. It's a blueprint. But then everybody makes it flesh. You know, the actors make it flesh. They own the character. They take the character away from the writer. It's then their character. The production designer builds these amazing structures and spaces, and you know, the gaffer puts lights in interesting places, and the lighting cameraman talks to them, and so it goes on and on. Everything gets elevated. That's what happens, I think.
I mean, for me, it is one of those times where so often you never know how what you contribute to a movie, how it's going to come together. What, you know, it's really not in your hands anymore. And this is one of those few times when I see it and I think that's what was intended. That's exactly what I was trying to do, and so there's some pride in that, and also just thankfulness that you know, it came together in exactly the way that I envisioned it, but again, better than I even thought it could be.
I'm very curious if he made you audition for this role.
No, we met and talked a bit, but that was it.
Did you know when you first? You knew the minute you, like, a lot of times I've spoken to directors and they say like 1 second after meeting someone they just know if they're right for the part. Did you know the minute he walked in? Yeah, he's.
I had a pretty shrewd idea he was right for the part before we met, and then in the conversation we had, it was confirmed actually by what Oscar was talking about, which was science. We started talking about physics and heat death of the universe and stuff like that, and then. You'd think that's a kind of relaxing moment. You'd think, great, this is like the perfect guy. I hoped he would be. Yes, he is. Actually, that's when it gets tense, because then you think this thing happens where you think, I have to get this guy. He has to agree to do it. How are we going to get him to agree to do it? And there's a whole bunch of issues. There's producers, there's agents, there's life, there's money, all this kind of stuff. He's very expensive. And
it's all the people
and demanding. It's the entourage.
Yeah.
I saw it in the lobby. He has 22 people.
You need it for the bus and for the
I completely understand. For both of you, I really enjoy your words and I really enjoy your performances. You both seem to be riding that path towards, you know, you're on that up thing, if you will. What's it like?
Where?
Well, I'm not sure where it's actually going yet. But like, no, but what I'm saying is you're both enjoying some success. You both
higher. They need to fall from higher.
Right.
Like, nah. Yeah.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is you've had movies that have gotten made, which is a miracle to get any movie made.
Yes.
And it's like, and you've been working on some really great high-profile projects, and you're continuing to go. What's it like for both of you? Obviously, you know, you pay your dues and you hope to get here. And what's it been like for you, like the last year, for both of you, in terms of being able to do things and make, you know, art?
Super rewarding. I mean, to be perfectly honest, very, very happy that that I'm in a situation where, you know, Alex would even bring me in to talk to me, you know, and to want me for something like this, to be able to do that. The first thing that I auditioned for out of school was Sunshine, and you know, of course, I didn't get that, but still, you know, to be able to be able.
Wait, did you know that?
When we met, I told him. I mean, the video never made it out of that room. I'm sure, certain, but you know, then to be in a place where, and I became obsessed with that script, and then to be in a place where finally you actually, you know, Alex actually wants to meet you and wants you for the movie, and then you get to do it, and not only that, but really collaborate. You know, it's. I mean, it sounds cheesy, but it's everything I would always hope for. So it's a great place right now that I'm in, and I'm very happy and excited about how things have turned out for the moment.
Yeah, I'm looking right at you.
Well, it's like the plan is to make films to the best of your ability with people you like who are working to the best of their ability. That's all you can ask for. That is it. And I think that's what happened on this movie. I mean, regardless of the outcome, that was the process.
Yeah.
And that is genuinely very, very rewarding. At times, to be honest, it was so good, I thought, shit, never going to get this again. Never going to get it again. This is too perfect. We were so blessed on this film in so many complicated little ways, you know. I mean, things like a shot would just work out. A shot with a helicopter flying away with the sunlight, and it's like a Terrence Malick shot, magic hour type thing. And as the helicopter is flying back, the sun dips and it's gone forever. And you know, on the budget and the pace we're working, we can't set anything up again anyway. We got it perfectly at that moment, and you can't believe that worked out at that moment. And that happened again and again in so many different ways on this film. So,
what was your shooting schedule? How many days did you have?
We had 6 weeks. We were doing 11-day fortnights, 6 weeks. So it was a tough schedule, and 4 weeks on a soundstage, 2 on a location, with a travel day as well, and because we soundstage in the UK and location in Norway, and so it was very, very tough, and it put a massive pressure on lots of people, particularly on the actors, because there's the actors and the DOP more than anybody, because the thing's got to have this kind of zen vibe about it in some respects, but between only a few takes per angle, like 3 takes per angle is what we were aiming for at most, and then this frenzy of activity as you're moving the camera, and like they're slapping down boards to put down tracks, and then back to zen. It was crazy, but it's actually one of the best things about working on lower budget films is you get a terrific sense of camaraderie and a great sort of spirit. It was honestly, I know I've said it already, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but there was also within that freedom. You know, I never felt like it was like, oh shit, man, I got to get it right because it's the take number 3, and I know that's always the end. I mean, I remember one time we shot something, and I didn't pace it right. It's when actually the opening, and I was, you know, hitting that bag, and I was hitting it all day before lunch, but we hadn't gotten to the part inside yet where it really is when you really get to know Nathan for the first time. And by the time we got to that scene, I had kind of worn myself out. I just didn't have any more energy, and we did it, and we did our few takes, and it was good enough. And then we basically broke, and we're gonna, I think, get some food, and the cameras were moving. Yeah. And I went up to Alex. I think I blew it on that one. I know that it could be better. I just was so tired. Can we watch it? And so we sat, we watched it, and you said, "Yeah, you're right. we need to do it again." And so we went back and somehow got the energy up and did it again. And that was one of those moments where, you know, even though that we were on a time crunch, we were on location in Norway, we found them, you know, we collaborated in that moment, said, no, this we know this can be better, and it was.
I'm out of time with you in 2 minutes, and I have about 16,000 other questions, so let's jump into a few really fast. How long was your first cut?
It was about 2 hours, 12 minutes. 2 hours 12, I think.
So was that an assembly cut, or was that like your first, like, oh, this could be shown?
No, that was. It was one step beyond an assembly. I mean, effectively an assembly cut.
Got it. And what was the final running time? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I don't know, 140. Oh yeah, definitely under 2 hours. Whatever, like one, not including the roller, maybe 148 or something like that.
Are there any key deleted scenes you were sad to see go, or is what people are seeing like the director's cut?
Yeah, I hate that term. No. There was no pressure to do anything. This is the cut that we wanted it to be, right? So yes, there was nothing hit the cutting room floor that no, there's like a DVD extra. There'd be nothing for it really.
Okay.